Hi there, Aquarius, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your subscriptions, okay? So, Aquarius, what I'd like to do for you today is to give you more of a roasting type reading and to hope that the messages that I'm about to share with you will not only provide you with solace, but to also give you a big chuckle. Okay, something that I feel that many of you need. So this reading is basically suitable for those of you who feel a bit dead inside. You know, you're feeling emotionally unstable or just spiritually exhausted here. Okay, and what I like to show you is again share with you is share what I like to share with you um, in this reading is your anxieties and various spiritual oops that comes along the way here. Rest assured, ladies and gentlemen, that this is a general reading, and as such, it certainly will not and may not resonate with each and every one of you out there. But for those for whom this reading is meant, I certainly hope that it, again, provides you with at least a nice chuckle. Okay? So let's see here. Spirit, what messages would you like for me to share with Aquarius? What messages would you like for me to share with Aquarius? And of course, Aquarius, this is your December reading here. Okay, so let's go on and just pull a few cards from the bottom of the deck to just get some sense of what Spirit wants you to know here. One of the things that I'm seeing here, ladies and gentlemen, is that a lot of you are, it seems like you're going through an emotional shutdown or you're feeling guilt about a situation. And it could be connected with something romantic or you've been avoiding a situation. And for many of you, I feel, Aquarius, it's perhaps you've been avoiding really making a decision. Okay, it looks like perhaps you've made a list on what you might need to do in your life and you've been procrastinating or avoiding something here that I'm kind of getting here. Okay, I feel that your experiences that you've had up to this point has have caused you to feel a bit drained, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you are emotionally shut down. I'm getting here. All right. And some of you might even be a bit antisocial because of what you've experienced here. And I feel that you are so worried about what people are saying about you. You know, don't look at me. Okay. Some of you are just, you're feeling this social anxiety. You're feeling very discomfort, particularly when it comes to your romantic situation that I'm kind of getting. Or some of you are feeling a bit shameful. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on and just revisit your past here and see what situation Spirit wants you to know when it comes to your past situation here. It looks like that you were involved in a very complicated, and seems to be more connected with something romantic, a very complicated situation. For some of you, you might have not seen this person in 2 years, or you might have heard from this person within 2 days. I'm kind of getting. But I'm seeing that some of you, it looks like over the past, it looks like you were crying over this situationship, if you will. All right. Either you were rejected, more than likely you were rejected in some way that I'm kind of getting. And you just constantly put in so much emotional investment. So much so, ladies and gentlemen, that it really did you no good here that I'm kind of seeing here. All right. Now, looking at what I'm seeing here in the present for you guys, it seems that you guys are you're wearing a mask. I'm getting you're putting up a facade here. Spirit is saying, or you're suppressing your emotions, whatever it is that occurred. Like I said, it looks like it's more connected with something romantic. You've become numb to the situation, and you're not being realistic, if you will. You're telling yourself that you're fine when you're really not. Here, that I'm getting what spirit is really saying here. Okay, so let's get you some. Give you some advice, ladies and gentlemen, and also share with you whatever it is that's missing or that's hidden in your situation that you don't that of which you may not be cognizant here. You know, I see that there's a lot of insecurity surrounding you guys here. Okay, I see that a lot of you are panicking. Again, you're faking confidence again, self-doubting yourself, or just putting up a pretense. So these are more negative qualities that I'm kind of seeing that you guys might want to, kind of work through during this time period in question here. All right, and just to give you more advice in your situation here, Spirit is telling you to stop wishfully thinking about certain circumstances here. Again, it looks like you're not being realistic with a certain aspect of your life. And like I said, since the card seems to be drawing attention to your romantic area, it might be connected with that for some of you guys. I'm seeing a lot of spiritual fatigue, you know, burnout. Some of you are sitting up at night worrying about this stuff that I'm kind of getting here. Okay. And I feel that many of you are in denial. Again, I have to stress putting up a pretense or a facade. You know, it's like you're crying inside here, but it's tears. What tears here? Okay. And the reason why you're going through all this stuff, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion here, is because you failed for red flags. You ignored warning signals. It's simply ignorance that got you to the situation that you're in here. Um, you fell for the drama. You fell for the attraction of this person. I'm kind of getting, rather than really, taking the necessary time to get to know this person. Okay. So Aquarius, this is what I have for you. Okay. I certainly hope that at least this reading gives you a few things to kind of um, think about moving forward here. Okay. If it resonates with you guys, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share it with others to whom you think might benefit. And be sure to press that subscription button should any of you wishes to have a more personalized reading. You can certainly scoot right over to my website. Thanks so much for your time, ladies and gentlemen, and have a blessed day.